All right. Happy Saturday, everybody. We are live in the group for the first time in a while. We are live on YouTube. I hope you guys are having a great Saturday morning. I'm still here with my cup of coffee because it's coffee till like 1 in the afternoon some days, to be honest. So it's going to be that kind of a day. I hope you guys are excited to have a quick conversation today about how to kind of take forward that first step when you don't even know what the second step is, right? We get so caught up in the details that sometimes the fear of learning something new kind of holds us back, doesn't allow us to move forward. And I just went through this last week, doing something I've never done before, doing something completely out of my comfort zone, something I was told that I shouldn't do, maybe that I shouldn't try. And yet I did it anyway. And it turned out great. So if you guys are catching me on the live, make sure you put hashtag live. If you catch me on the replay, make sure you hit hashtag replay. We see Crystal in here. She's having your first cup of coffee right now. Cheers to you, Crystal. Great to have you on this morning. Well, afternoon for me, but it might be morning still for a lot of people out there. So it's been a minute since I've been live, and we've had a lot go on. So I just want to kind of capture that a little bit here on video, talk a little bit about it. I'm sure most people know, if you're part of Janet's group, we all ended up getting the cove, right? We got the bug. So we went through that. We ended up getting right after everybody got better from that. We ended up with a case of head lice in the house. We had to delouse the whole place. We had our AC unit flood our floors, so our floors got destroyed. We had to have those pulled out. But on top of it, even from a business aspect, we've just been busy. We just launched a deal with, if you guys haven't heard of CinchShare, if you're doing anything on social media and you're looking for a way to kind of save some time, pre-schedule stuff out, CinchShare is definitely the way to do it. We just inked a 12-month deal doing a free digital product with them every single month for their audience, so we can kind of coalesce that together. We've been revamping our membership group. We've been working on new products, and we've got our first course that is getting close to launching. Along with that, we've been doing some other affiliate marketing stuff with a couple other influencers. So we've just been very, very busy. And then Janet obviously has her whole other business. And so while she's building that, somebody's got to take care of the kids, right? So we are still working on balancing our time. I want to make sure that I get content here in the group and on the YouTube channel. If you guys are watching on YouTube, make sure you smash that subscribe button as well. Hit the like button, help us out in the algorithm. Good morning, Charlotte. Glad to have you on as well. But let's go ahead and talk about this, guys. Going back to the floors, I put in my post yesterday that the way I built the floors is damn near the exact same way we built our business infrastructure, right? Having no idea how to do it, okay? So for those of you guys who don't know me, I am not what you would call a handyman. I've been in sales since I was 17 years old. These hands don't get rough very often, okay? It's just not really my style. Now, my dad was definitely the handyman. My dad builds things like water towers in his backyard and drip systems so that my mom can grow tomatoes in the middle of nowhere, okay? My dad is the handyman. I didn't really get that skill, but luckily I helped with enough projects. I know how to swing a hammer. I know how to use a saw. But when our floors got destroyed, I had a question to ask myself. And if you guys have ever had to deal with insurance, right? Put hashtag pain in the comments if you've ever had to deal with your homeowner's insurance and going through that whole process. But we went through it. Our floors got flooded. They came and they ripped out half of it. So for almost a month, Janet and I have been walking across from hardwood floors, concrete onto tile. And it was terrible. Like, it was just a horrible experience. But the insurance wasn't going to quite go enough. We wanted to have one floor throughout the whole house, right? So we wanted to get rid of the tile. And we wanted to have full flooring going through. And you guys might be going, why are we talking about flooring? And I'm going to get to it, I promise. So don't leave me yet. We decided I was going to go ahead and do the floors myself. Because for half the price, if I install it, we didn't have to pay that labor. It's going to cost us a little over $6,000 to have the tile removed. They wanted like $900 for that. They wanted another $2,700 to actually install all the square footage of the flooring. Well, even though I have no idea how to install floors, I knew that I had a process that would allow me to learn, figure it out, and actually do it, right? And so that's what I kind of want to talk about today. But there were so many similarities, though, when it came to how we installed the floor versus how we built the business. And I think the first one that it started out with is nobody thought I could do it, believe it or not, right? Got my naysayers right off the bat. If any of you guys have like talked about starting a business or you're already running a business, you've had naysayers who are like, oh, that doesn't really work. You can't really do that. Man, even when it came to installing floors, I got the same thing. I was told just let somebody else do it, right? But also, even from the naysayer side, personally, I had no idea how to do it. Jen and I legitimately started a business not knowing what we were doing, right? We just knew we had something, so we had to kind of figure it out. I didn't know how to do it. So we had to start somewhere, right? And the truth is it's really the same way. Okay. And I'm going to give you guys a quick analogy or 3 little letters. Okay. And I've done this training, I don't know how many times, even in the retail world, but it's the process of KSE, which first starts with knowledge, right? First, we need to start figuring out what it is that we need to do. The S stands for strategy, and the E stands for execution. And it's the reason why I have this up on my wall. I love both of these, right? Execution comes down to stop talking and put in the work. At some point, you just have to get started. So, but at the same time, you can't come up with a strategy unless you have a decent idea of what you should be doing, right? If you don't have the knowledge behind you, you can't really put a strategy forward, right? But even if you take the time, you learn, you start building up some knowledge on the thing that you need to do, you need to think your way through it before just doing it, right? You can't execute until you have a strategy. You want to think your way through the process. But then lastly, when it comes to execution, it comes down to, are you willing to, now that you've done all the research, right? You've watched all the videos, the how-tos, you've decided which corner I was going to start inside the house, how I was going to piece this together, what came after step 1, what came after step 2, what's step 3, what's step 4. Eventually, you have to just lay the first board. And I think that's where so many people get caught up, right? Is we'll sit here and we'll learn all about an email list, right? How do you build an email list? We know that's important. But then we'll go and we'll maybe sign up for like a free trial. But then we never actually, maybe we even build a landing page, but we never publish it. We never market it, right? We never go and actually execute on it. Maybe we don't feel comfortable with our strategy. Maybe we haven't taken enough time to actually learn it, right? So whatever that case may be, eventually, after you watch all your videos, after you get all your knowledge, after you walk your way through the process, at some point, you have to just lay the first board. You have to send that email out. You have to publish that landing page. You have to jump in and maybe figure out WordPress and how a website is built, right? Or maybe you need to sit down and just record a TikTok, make it bad, make it not look great, but at least you laid the first board, right? Now, if you go through my house, it looks good. Oh, as I knock the mic. The house looks good, but you can definitely, if you really look, you can see where I started. But as I went with every single board that I laid, they got straighter, they got tighter, the joints were better, right? And then even after I laid all the flooring, and then I'm looking at all the little spaces in between the walls, I didn't even know that I had to go get quarter round molding, right? Because I'm not a flooring guy. So not even knowing that I had to get to that next step, you have to start, right? You just have to start. What I want you guys to also remember too is you can start and even mess it up, and that's okay, right? There was a few spots where I had to go through and make a second cut. I had to waste a board because I screwed it up, and that board's ruined now because I cut it too short, right? Now there's too big of a gap. So now I got to go back, remeasure, get my little carpenter square and do my thing, right? Get the jigsaw out and redo it because I messed it up. And that's okay. Not everything we put out is going to be a winner. Not every post is going to get the interaction that we want. Not every email is going to get the click rate that we want. Not every website development that we put together is going to look great at first. Our first website, y'all, looked like junk. It was so bad. Oh man, it was so bad. And it just didn't work, right? We had so many bugs. We had a lot of customers when we first opened our digital product site. I was piecing together a web store having never done it. It worked. We made money, right? People were able to get the product, but it was super buggy and it didn't look good. But over time, we got better and we got better and it started to evolve and it started to become a thing, right? And also, our businesses can be fluid. We may start in one spot, but then as we're doing it, that vision can start to become clearer. And so we can kind of navigate our way through that. Does that make sense to you guys? Let me know in the comments if this is kind of making sense, right? But it all just starts out with KSE. First, take your time and do your research, right? Take a course, get the information, compare all of your competitors, right? Figure out where it is you need to be, do the research. And then once you have that, okay, this is how my email list works. This is how I build it out. What's my strategy? How am I going to go about gaining new clients onto my email list? And once they're on, what do I want them to receive? What do I want them to get? Where do I want to point them to? What's the end result of this thing, right? If it's a website, if it's a YouTube channel, if you're wanting to start posting YouTube videos, right? First, you need to get some knowledge. How do I record it? How do I make the sound quality right? How do I make the video quality right? How do I edit it, right? Do I want to just go live all the time and not have to worry about editing? That could be it, right? But how do I do these things, right? What's all the steps that go into publishing a YouTube video? Okay, now I know how to do that. What's my channel strategy? What niches am I going to create? How am I going to publish my content? When will my content be published? How consistently will it be? How do I communicate with my subscribers, right? What's my strategy? And then once all that's dialed in, then you just have to execute. I'm going to do this thing. Let's record. Then we'll edit. Then I'll publish. And then I'll send out an email. And then I'll do this. And I'm going to do it on Mondays and Thursdays, right? Create that strategy. But you can't have a strategy. You can't execute unless we first learn. We can't create a strategy unless we know what we're doing. And we can't execute unless we've done the first two steps. But if you take that process and that approach with absolutely everything, just an inquisitive mindset, right? Then you can literally do anything. Who is that guy you suggested to watch for how-tos on web design? That was Daryl Wilson. They are 3-hour tutorials, okay? And here's honestly the real difference. And I see this in people, right? Because we've got a whole coaching group. We've got that, our Solutions for Sellers group has, almost 10,000 people in it now. And you'll have people who go, man, I really want to know how to build a website. And you go, okay, go take a look at this guy, right? He's got some awesome tutorials. And they'll go, oh yeah, but it's 3 hours. What? Are you telling me you're not willing to watch a 3-hour tutorial that could maybe change your life, right? You're not willing to go through that little bit of pain to watch this dude just click from here over to here and do it side by side with him because it's just too long? No, man, we got to want it better, right? We want to want it more than that. So, but just doing these things, like things that I never thought, literally, I feel that. Sometimes we just have to do it and, eliminate out our own excuses. So it says, shoots, college classes are 3 months, 3 hours is nothing. Yo, listen, I agree with that. And the other part too, when it comes to building a long-term sustainable business, right? Most businesses, brick and mortar, take 5 years to be profitable. And yet there's people who will start something for 15 days, think it's too hard and want to quit. Well, you got to be in it for the long haul, right? You got to be in it for the long haul. This is a marathon. This is not a race that has a finish line. There's no need to sprint. Yeah, we might want to move fast, but there's no need to sprint. One step after another, right? One thing I say to my wife a lot, because when we have so much on our plate, because we do, we've got a lot on our plate. The analogy I use is, well, how do you eat an elephant? The answer is one bite at a time, right? It's information that doesn't go away. Yes. The other part too is anything, like literally anything. I'm not a mechanic either. I'm not a handyman. I'm not a mechanic. Just using the same KSE process, I was able to change out the clutch of my old Honda, right? I had to pull out the engine. I had to separate the transmission from the engine. I had to replace the clutch, get all the timing right, get it back together, and make sure that the car moved forward. All because I was willing to stop and learn, create a strategy, right? What bolts come out first? How do I align my parts so that when I put my engine back together, I know what parts are what? Because I don't even point me to a random car. I'll have a hard time telling you where the alternator is, right? It's just not my forte. But I was able to do it because I couldn't, at the time that I did that, this was many years ago, I couldn't afford to go get my clutch replaced. I didn't have the money. I was a broke kid with my own kids, right? I was like 23 years old with 3 kids. I didn't have the money to get my clutch replaced. So I had to figure it out. I had to get my car moving, right? So I had to learn. Then I created the strategy. And then you just got to take the wrench, you got to put it on a bolt, and you got to go. And that's what I want you guys to do, is allow yourselves the opportunity to step forward, right? Businesses take years. It's almost like I've heard people talk about the same thing with college, right? Well, man, it's going to take me 4 years to get a college degree. Right, but you're 27, right? So you'll be 31, and then from 31, we're going to live till like we're 90, you guys. It's okay to do something for a couple years of the way Gary Vee puts it, right? Sometimes you just got to eat shit for a couple years. Sometimes you just got to grind for a couple years. As Janet and I were growing our business, right? I just got to leave my normal job a few months ago. We could not support ourselves on our business for the first couple years. So when did we work on it? We worked on it from 9 p.m. to midnight every single night. I would get home from work between 6:30 and 7, see my daughter for an hour till she went to bed, hang out with my other kids for an hour, cook dinner, get all that stuff, bath times, all that, kids in bed, teenagers relaxing. 9 p.m. hit, from 9 p.m. to midnight, sometimes 1 in the morning, we worked. That's when we worked. Janet couldn't work during the day because she had the kids, and I was off at work. So we worked from 9 p.m. to midnight. Sometimes my wife's first stuff for our business we were building was when she went live at 8:30 at night while I was still putting, Selena down, my daughter, right? So sometimes that execution comes in the times that we don't want it to, right? Those times when we want to maybe be watching Netflix instead or go hang out with some friends. That depends on what your priorities are. For us, it was reaching this point. The point where we can all be home together. We can build our businesses together. I can walk my kids. I can see my daughter's school just the street over. I get to walk her every day. I get to walk with my daughter every single morning and not worry about what's waiting for me at home or at work or a staffing problem or a store. I don't have to worry about it, right? And it comes through all of this. All of this is through the same process. Learn, create a strategy, lay your first board. Okay? Sometimes you just got to lay your first board. Simple training to this today, guys. I don't have a lot because I've got a lot that I am working on. You guys can probably see the board here a little bit. A couple things. Dates are already off because we've just been crazy. But where I want to kind of go is I want to get into the affiliate marketing part of things, because I think, if you don't have a business yet and you're looking to start, I think affiliate marketing is probably the best place to start a business, because you can just start selling other people's products and talking about them and earning commissions on it, right? So I want to talk about what is the difference between affiliate marketing versus network marketing versus social marketing. There's a difference. Week after, I want to talk about how you can actually go and find affiliate products to sell that work for your niche, those who you actually want to talk to. And then we're going to talk about how to actually market those affiliate products. So now I do need to, I'll be honest with you guys, I got to take a look at how I'm going to place content in the group and on the channel and on the website, because our other parts of our businesses are so busy right now that I just don't know if I can do 3 big pieces of content every week. Might be able to do 3 smaller pieces, but I'm working on that. And I will let you guys know, we've got a trip to Cabo coming up here in a couple of weeks too. So I'll probably end up doing one of those lives from Cabo. We're going to be there for a 5-night stay with a whole bunch of people that we know in Janet's other industry. So that's going to be a really cool trip. So we'll have to do a live remote from Cabo here in the group, make it a kind of a cool thing. So, but I hope if you guys found value in this, give me a hashtag value. Again, if you're catching this on the replay, hit hashtag replay. Watching over on YouTube, smash that subscribe button, hit the like button for me. And I will be back this time next Friday, and we'll be going through, and we're going to be talking about affiliate marketing and how you can make some money. Just as an example, right? Affiliate marketing does not have to be Amazon. It can actually be other people's courses. Right now, Janet got to be a part of Michelle Cunningham. If you guys don't know her, she's an incredible leader online. She's an incredible marketer, incredible at branding. We've learned a ton from her. Janet got to be a part of that course. So we are affiliates for that and actually going through that process. So I want to tell you guys how we ended up going about it. What was our revenue? How did it work? What was that stuff? So you guys actually see real world examples on how we do affiliate marketing. So if you guys think that's cool, give me a hashtag cool, and I'll see you guys next week, Friday Night Live. Awesome. See you guys later.